Alright, can y'all hear me? I'll make the input higher. Alright, can y'all hear me? I'm live, but a few minutes late. Can what the hear me? Alright, can y'all hear me? I'll post on I'll check out the audios. Okay. And yeah, so now the microphone, I think it's lowering again automatically. I'm gonna go here. Okay. Anyways, that should be yeah, fine. Okay, so if it lowers, I'll have to do that thing I did. Yeah, it's lowering again. So I'm gonna unplug it. Oh, Mystic. Okay, so now, yeah, okay. So the thing was auto lowering, so then I had to unmute it. I mean, yeah, unplug it and plug it back in again. All right, I'm gonna make it max. So let me know how the audio is, if it's too loud or not. Okay, so 29,000 tons of thermite is in house. Mystic Bazaar. Okay, epic name. Yeah, sounds good. All right, and. All right, sounds good. And yeah, so anyways, we'll go into the stream and see what we have. And again, if people have math, science related questions, let me know, and be easier if people are on here. So Jeff Stewart's in the house. All right. What I'm gonna do quickly is, someone had asked me before. I have a STEM section here. I'm gonna click on STEM. Okay, so this person asked me here, can you find this book? And I'm like, what is this book? Telecommunications English. So it's like people just ask me stuff. Like I'm gonna do a quick reverse image search. I'll say 10i. That's pretty good. Okay, yeah, MES check. You guys can hear me. And again, always be critical of my audio and so on. The audio is a big one. Yeah, so now it's working out. Yeah, so basically, if it auto adjusts, I just unplug it, plug it back in. But it seems to be might be a bit too loud, maybe. Make it like here, maybe. Okay, I'll lower it to like this. I should be fine. Again, let me know how the audio is. And so on. Oh, I gotta start recording. I'm gonna start recording now. All right, recording now. Okay, so I wasn't recording before, but now I'm recording. Okay, we're live now. Just because otherwise I have to download it from like YouTube or Rumble. Rumble, you can download 1080p. YouTube, not always. So anyway, so okay, I'm officially live on the recording. So anyways, we're live and everyone's in the chat. We got Mystic Bazaar, 29,000 tons, thermite, Jeff Stewart, epic stuff here. 29,000 tons. It's in Arabic, right? Yeah, it might be Arabic. The person is Arabic. So I'm gonna actually ask, can you give me title and author of the book in English? I can search. Okay, this was September 28th, but this should be fine. And then okay, and then Drew sent me a bunch of stuff, but again, it's just hard to keep track of everything. And all right, yeah, I'll put that in the stem like this actually. Okay. Okay, so anyways, yeah, so and yeah, we're on Pump Fund. So again, go on Pump Fund, make a bunch of cash monies. I'm gonna send this to the chat as well. This is the InLeo threadcast. So there's a threadcast. So as you post it, will show up live there. And yeah, just get that in there. And then also, I have the stream everywhere else. And if anybody comments, then I'll start posting on the other ones. Like I got Rumble here and so on. And I heard 29,000 times, Stormbird. You said that the BitChute stream is better than the Rumble, so that's good to know. So those, if you need alternative links, use the BitChute and all the other ones. And again, that's why I put a bunch of these here: YouTube, Rumble, Odyssey, BitChute, X, and Pump Fun. Pump Fun has earned some Solana, so 4 cents from last time. But yeah, anyways, I'm gonna start standing. Okay, and I'm gonna get into the nitty gritty. If you guys have science related questions, we'll cover stuff. And the first thing I'm gonna do is, let's see what we're gonna cover. I have so I have these notes here. So I have some links here, and I'm gonna go over some stuff here, and then basically whatever shows up, and we'll also go over the magnetic poles, what they are, and some experiments that I was sent to, and I might upload in my channel. So I'm gonna go to this Patreon. This one I sent me a bunch of messages. It's pretty interesting. Okay, this guy's guy I've been clowning since 9/11. The Jeff Barrack Canadian guy. I think that's the dollar vigilante guy. Yeah. Yeah, this is an interesting one. He was promoting. Okay, so this guy, my Patreon's supporter. He actually so he sent me a link. So why is my head so big there? But anyways, it's fine. So Oh, actually, I'm gonna make this bigger, so I gotta make this 150. Okay, 150. That's fine. I'm gonna lower my head. It's huge. I don't want to get too many trolls. Whoops. I don't want to get too many trolls mocking me. It's all good. Trolls make the world go round. All right. Okay, BitChute was better for me. I got the YouTube fix new VPN. Yeah, Epic stuff. Yeah, so that's pretty wild. Iran is next level. But again, yeah, I remember we had the discussion. Iran again. Iran is no different than any other country. It's all just different layers of control and so on. And again, it's all in my opinion, Freemasonic. Because again, Freemasons have it's like the only major thingy that literally says in their actual public writings that they do everything in secret. So it's like, all right. So they can't, even if they say that they don't run the show, be like, well, how do we know you're not lying? Okay, so anyways, I just wanted to quickly go over this guy. Actually, he sent me a this one here. Yeah, so this guy he sent me a link and he says YouTube is being nice, just suggested this, but then he's like, oh wait a second, at 1 hour 14 minutes, he says R Gage is a great guy. What a clown. Okay, so if you go right here, yeah, I think I have it open. Okay, so I'm gonna go click right here. So if you go 1 hour 14, so this is the Dollar Vigilante guy. I thought he had a bigger channel by now. It's only, but think, okay, so 114. So he's talking about Charlie Kirk and so on, and then he references, oh my god, look who he references. How do they all reference each other? It's like there's one big giant network of like trolls and disinfo. Okay, well, he references here, yeah, he references R Gage 33. So he references Richard Gage 9/11. It took most Americans years to start questioning 9/11. It took them months to question COVID-19. It took weeks to question October 7th in Gaza, and it took days to start questioning the murder of Charlie Kirk. The era of blindly trusting authority is gone. Now it's like trusting alt media now. Disinfo alt media. Guys, play here. All right, and again, it's the blame Jews for everything moment dribble. Okay, yeah. So, anyways, this guy, absolute troll, referencing Richard Gage as anything other than that. Announced 29,000 tons. So Iran went off script or what regarding bombing? Which bombing? No, the script is very hard to get off it. If you do, you get dropped. But again, especially when you're dealing with like country states, like nation states, it's like they like I can't stress enough. They all know that every psyop that happens is all fake because they do that to their own populations. So it's like, wait, U.S. is did they expect us to believe this? This basically the COVID one, the 9/11, the big one. It's like you expect us to believe that these mythical cavemen in the Middle East somehow did impossible physics. And the other part is like every country, they all have engineers. They all have intelligence communities. They all have access to physics, and they know that aluminum planes don't turn 7 towers to dust. So it's like so they all know this. But it's like so anyways, I wanted to show this part because it ties into another one. This is the that Laratanda guy. I think I have it bookmarked somewhere in my later section. I'm gonna go to Twitter. I didn't say this one. I'm gonna put this here. Go to Gene Laratanda. 9/11 Gene. Okay, what is it? Gene Warfare. Yeah, this guy. War Room. So this guy right here. And then he says some nonsense here. I think he references. Okay, yeah, this right here, yeah. So we have this Dollar Vigilante guy promoting Richard Gage as anything but an absolute clown, and also I'll be making a T-shirt with Richard Gage's quote, so expect that in my Telegram. It's gonna be quite amusing. It's gonna be. I don't know how to spoil it. Actually, no, I'll spoil it. It's gonna be. I don't want to explain every piece of evidence. No, I don't want to show I don't want to present every piece of evidence. I can't explain. I'll post that. Anyways, so now in War Room, he posts a video of that Ian Carroll guy, which I think is also quote Gage. Yeah. So he says, I'm not Richard Gage 9/11, but talk with him almost every day. Would like for you to talk. Contact me, and I'll set you and I'll get you set up with him. So, anyways, Gene guy talks to Richard Gage every day, almost every day. And this guy right here, this guy's an absolute clown show. And there's Richard Gage with a weird left eye. Interesting. All right. So if I play this video, yeah. So now listen to this one right here. I notice he says husband. It's like what are the coincidence? He says husband as a first post. Okay, so Richard Gage gives him like a $5 donation, super chat, and yeah, it says keep up the great work. You posted from 9/11 clown room or playroom, and this guy's literally praising Richard Gage. So it's like, well, why? How do they not know that Richard Gage doesn't even know the shape of the Earth? Like, I don't understand what's going on here. And then this guy went full like a blowtorch on him. So this is it's pretty good. I'm gonna have to follow this guy. This guy says, "Oh, Ian, please let me call." Anyways, let's get in touch. I'm not the fraud, Richard Gage. Who is this guy? This guy's good, but I do. Okay. Anyways, read this. Read this on your own. I don't know. I get any. I don't want to get my video like 18 plus. Anyways, Gene, as you blocked me once, then unblocked me and said you're an honest guy who always answers questions, blah, 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 but never replied to me like 6 months ago. I'm here to call you out. You definitely blocked me. You'll definitely block me after, so I'll get this out in one post. Now, there's an actual honest bloke that you and your not-so-honest partner in fraud, Richard Gage, already know, who goes by 9/11 revisionist. He's been trying to get a response to you for a long time. And he says, I believe it started with this, warning against free speech, open discourse, and the truth of what really happened in 9/11, a war room or a patty playroom. Okay, he shows all the substacks on it, so this is great. And then he says, but not a peep. You don't seem to want to argue your case and prove him because telling the truth is easy. Facts don't change anything. Maintaining a lie is hard. That's when people like 9/11 revisionist Dr. Judy Wood or Professor Morgan Reynolds present the facts. And nobody's like myself challenge you or Gage or anybody else maintaining the cover-up. You block us, ignore us, and we'll hope we'll go away. Nope. I'll go away when the real truth comes out. Everyone on the planet will remember that day. Yeah, so this guy's calling him out. I think he calls him out furthermore because he mentions me, I think, in one of them. Probably spam. No, I think there's one of them that mentioned me, or what might have been like somewhere else. Yeah. So, anyways, so that's pretty wild. I'll share this one. I just don't like sharing the actual thing. I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna go put them on here. So there's the links to the links, and this will I'll also post it on this one here. Yeah. So that's pretty wild. And yeah, this dollar vigilante guy. I've another one for a long time. And so on. But yeah, I always suspect he's a disinfo troll. I'm going to go to the actual Gage part. Okay, this is, yeah. Okay, start here. Disinfo troll. I'll be posting here. Sure, where is it? Right here. Disinfo. Disinfo agent. It's like yeah. So basically, I showed that because they all promote Gage for some strange reason. And I'll just copy this and post it here. Actually, no, yeah, I'll just post it here. I don't want to summarize that nonsense. Magic bullets. Anyways, yeah. So we get the idea. So yeah. So it's all just one giant thing. I'll be. I may post the this one here. Just this guy's pretty funny. he's definitely like the biggest clown. But he's also Again, very, very short. Anyways, let's keep going. Um, going further, and also, yeah, since we're in the mood of clowns, this one is actually so Norman actually sent me this one here. This is actually an email that Jim Fetzer, of all people, sent it to everybody, like 300 people. He said Fetzer sent it to 300 people, basically saying that um, yeah, basically saying that this guy is like this is the guy that was mocking him and on BitChute and Rumble, and saying that, oh, he's what's it called, he's smearing him and so on. But anyways, he sends this giant email, but this Victor Hugo guy, he calls Jim Fetzer the reputation wrecking ball, and then he includes again a bunch of stuff here, but he also includes one of the funniest thumbnails I've ever seen. This one here. I came in like a wrecking ball. Again, I don't know why the photos are all big. I'm gonna click right here. So, anyways, so I said I replied to Norman. The reputation wrecking ball. Jim Fetzer has a good ring to it. So here's I came in like a wrecking ball. So, anyways, this is a pretty good one. Why can't I just open in a new tab or just copy it? Like, I'm gonna copy this. I'm gonna post here. I'll post it right here. And I'll just copy this titling. Yeah, the reputation wrecking ball, Jim Fetzer. All right. Okay, so we got it. Okay, the reputation wrecking ball, Jim Fetzer. Anyways, I'll get back into the thing. Bust him out of chat. Never forget 9/11. Moonchild heard it here first. All right. Yeah. So anyways, I'll post this on here as well. It's on the blockchain. So we have that name forever, so that this name does not disappear with a Telegram. All right. This stays on. Okay, so the reputation wrecking ball, Jim Fetzer. All right. Anyways, so that was that part. Oh, I also going in here. He said some more stuff. Yeah. So the Jeff Barrett Canadian guys this for troll. Charlie Kirk dead is 119 in geometrics. Okay, that's interesting. Sorry, man, I forgot. Amaterasu comes up as 666 in geometry. Okay, he's calling out Amaterasu Solar. Okay, are you sure? I didn't see that one. Because I double checked it. I'm gonna click where's here. Calculate geometry. Where's 666? Doesn't say 666 anywhere. So anyways, it doesn't show up anywhere, and it doesn't show up in mine. So where's the I'm gonna go reply. I put Amaterasu. Oh, is that even how you spell it? Let's see what her name is again. We go to personal Amaterasu. No, and there's no T there. Yeah, there's no T. Go back to the stem. Okay. 666. Yeah, there's nothing there. Okay. And didn't get 666. Oh, and this is can you send a screenshot? Maybe you spelled her name wrong. Anyways, just answering some questions. And he says, good morning. Listening to your Mystery Flash live stream, you mentioned Gage the Clown still going viral. If you check his IMDb page, it says AE logo has Freemasonry in his design. Still people will say no. Oh no, it says that. No, this is some why does this say AE logo? What is this IMDb page? All he wants is peer reviewed, and this will not allow a peer review of their calculations. For the towers, the logo has Freemasonry in its design. Who is this? Why is there a? This is like a Spanish Richard Gage. Okay, now this is Richard Gage. What is going on here? IMDb. So he's an actor apparently. Okay, Richard Gage. And where does it say Freemasonry? Contact info, Richard Gage, blueprint. Okay, so this has to be the official one. Oh, okay, and it's removed now. Is this edit? Did you know? Oh, it does say that. What the? Who's writing this? So if you click it, this is trivia. I think someone Okay, so it has logo for 9/11 Truth, has Freemasonry in its design. And it's in the English one too. This is great. I'm gonna go back to this Patreon. Oh. Well, great find about AE Freemason logo. It says that in the English too. Yeah, this is a wild. Okay, this is actually one of the wildest things I've seen. IMDb. I'll send this one here. And I'll send it here. So we got Richard Gage, and it literally just says Freemasonry in the thingy. And again, for those who don't know, it's literally AE Now Truth logo. Yeah, so you can see the logo right here. It's just Freemasonry, and you have the same rulers match up. So I made this one right here. It matches up. Anyway, so that is that. Okay. Oh yeah, so we have yeah, that's pretty wild. Like an Adidas jacket. Oh yeah, that's pretty nice. All right, so there's a Reputation Wrecking Ball, and let's see what else he had in there. And he says, "Apologies, my mind is all over the place. There is a Chinese car brand which is named SAIC and has a square and compass as emblem. Such crappy operation." Okay, so there's an SAIC motor. And then he says, has the square and compass as the emblem. And there's a square and compass. There it is. And it's SAIC Maxim T60. Makes global premiere at Auto Gazon. So it's Chinese. There's another part where, again, we live in a global Freemasonic world. So this is yeah, that is a square and compass. That's literally a square and compass logo. I'll go to SAIC motor car. So it's literally says SAIC, CIA backwards, and it's again CIA is a Chinese automotive company. Let's see the logo emblem. Did they change it now? I think they might have changed it. See the logo emblem. Okay, yeah, there it is. It's just literally a Freemasonic, and in the square separated. You got the square compass. You got the female male symbology. It's always the same thing. And you get the S there, SAIC. Okay, now this is some MG. Okay, that's another thing. What does this MG mean? Again, this MG. What's the first thing that shows up when it shows MG? Well, one thing is Marjorie Taylor Greene or Marjorie Taylor Greene, but also this MG. Okay, this is a Freemasonic like company SAIC. What does that resemble? Let's go to Erica Kirk rings hand. And what does Erica Kirk have on her hand? Again, this is what I mean. Well, one skill I have that is probably underrated or unmatched that I haven't seen anybody else ever have my my pattern recognition skills. So where's her ring fingers? So. Oh, she has a bunch of these ones. Okay, these are DB. No, where's the Sabrina? Oh, Sabrina Carpenter. Where's MG? Oh god, you gotta go to Twitter sometimes. Erica Kirk rings. I can see the rings. Okay. I guess that's no sub, but where's the image? Why is it so hard to just find what I want? That's why I like yeah, so it's just M and G for some reason. All right, so that's very very yeah. Again, this is a pattern recognition, and here's a small tidbit. I don't want to boost my ego, but basically, when I was in grade 8, there was a I think there was like these. The government came in, and then in our high school, basically they were going to every single high school and they were doing these standardized tests. And so one of them was it was like standardized math test, and it was basically like geometry, and then you got to find patterns and so on and just answer it. So I got all of them right but one, and then so I didn't see the results. I didn't even take much of it, and then like when I was like few weeks later when the results came in and I was walking outside, the president of the school, or the what is it, the principal of the school, he shows up. He's like, "Hey, you're the guy who had the highest in the that standardized math test." I'm like, "Whoa, you're gonna go places." I'm like, "What?" "Oh, yeah, thank you, bro." And I didn't even study for that. I just like did it. And I remember it was like you got to find patterns with triangles, rectangles, squares, and circles, and all this mumbo jumbo. So again, just some mumbo jumbo. Okay, so this one posted right here. So that was my little side story. So it's MG, and this is SAIC motor company or something. This is, and it just shows up when you search it. This is SAIC motor, and SAIC is literally this company that has this, and this Chinese brand. It's called SAIC. It's called SAIC. Like, I don't know what planet are we on right now. It's called SAIC Motors. Yeah. Okay. This is absolute wild. All right. So that's SAIC. I'm gonna send this other one. Here as well. Okay. So yeah. So this is just this is wild. This is MG. This MG. Okay. So anyways, we're on another level, guys. We're taking over the game. And this Saturday stream, I might do a spooks, 9/11 spooks database, or just spooks in general, but 9/11, because Judy Wood actually had a good quote. She says she was in some place where there was a bunch of like spooks there, and she's like, "There's more spooks than haunted house." Yeah. So, anyways, I'll be using that. I might actually put that as a mug as well. All right. So, anyways, this SAIC, this is that is a bananas thingy there. Okay, I'll post it there on my Telegram. Yeah, great find about the SAIC motor. Another logo that they use is the MG, which just so happens to be the rings Erica or Kirk was wearing. Okay, I'll post it there. Just comment. Anyways, so we're in a matrix, guys. So anyways, we have 6 people, and and I'm gonna power through. Okay, so that was done with that one. Let's go another one here. Okay, overview of the Hutchison. Okay, now we're gonna go over some magnetic polarity, what they are, and mumbo jumbos. And the reason I made that the topic. Okay, so in here, so I said at the 50:06 mark, and you can also go to timestamps, and there's full timestamps over here, but you can also this magnet right here. Just go to magnet. Okay, so now we're not talking about this. Okay, so metal file broke apart, creating magnets and repulsion. Okay, so now we're talking magnets. And again, guys, if you have any questions and so on, let me know. And then also this person said, I need a book. Introduction to Fiber Optics. So it's always, this person just wants free books, doesn't want to pay. See, you can basically just search introduction. I'll do this and then I'll go back to the intro to fiber optics. And you can enjoy good talk. Okay, so you can just do a Google search and then see what happens. Like, people don't realize that you can Google search. Sometimes it shows up introduction to fiber optics. There it is. And there it is. Okay, we found a book. All right, so this person is like, is this the book? Okay, and you can go in the PDF section. I like the PDF sections better. Yeah, that's it. This is the book. There's no PDFs there, but you should be able to rent it or something. Okay, limited preview. You might bar unavailable. Okay, so some of these don't show it. Okay, this is the book. And you can buy the book, or you could go PDF. PDF. Let's see if it shows up. Okay, it might be on this one then. Introduction. There's a PDF of it. Intro to optics. What is this one? Second edition. Is that the person's name? What's the person's name? It's John Cripps. What is the person introduction? GH. A. No, it's not the GHA, but it's not the same person. It's a different person. But anyways, you can always search for free stuff online. Script D might be this, might be. Okay, there's this one. Here's a site that you may need to sign up to download. Okay, so you can try that. Anyways, oh, whoops, I closed that. I'm gonna open this. Okay, let's go back into the thingy. So anyways, overview. So this is from the Hutchison Effect Overview by George Hathaway, 1993. It's one of the best introductions to the Hutchison effect. I'm gonna go back here. Okay, so he basically says that he thinks there's monopolar regions. It became north-south, north-south, and I actually made a go back into what is it? So let's go to STEM. Okay, we'll go back here. Now we're gonna go into magnets. Oh, no audio. No audio in the video? Yeah, guys, I'm like showing stuff and nobody's saying stuff. So I'm like, okay, so it was muted. Okay, it was the Teams one. I'm gonna play that again. Okay, so I had, so how come nobody told me there's no audio even before? Yeah, so no, there's no audio even in the Richard Gage one. So guys, you gotta let me know. It's I didn't know there's no. Okay, so now there should be audio. I'll play this. I'll play those Richard Gage ones again. But yeah, just because the issue is I basically I have to mute the Microsoft Teams setup and then unmute this one because when I do a guest interview, it has the echo when I play stuff, so I need to switch it up. No, I can't hear videos. No, I know, but I think it's you gotta let me know ASAP because I can hear the videos. I just need to press a button, and I forgot to press a button. I forgot to press show audio and then mute the Microsoft Teams because on the Mac there's an issue with the when I have a guest there's an echo, so I need to work around. But anyways, let's go back this again.
Here is the file that you saw in the video clip before. It broke here and then subsequently broke there and there. And these pieces were magnetized so that when you put them together on a table, they would push themselves apart at the breaks, indicating a north-north, south-south, north-north magnetization, which is quite contrary to the normal occurrence. When you break a bar magnet, you get north-south, and they attract. In this case, these, what you might call apparent monopolar regions, were created and blasted the material apart.
Okay, basically saying that I think that it was monopoles created, and then I have a thumbnail of it, but I think it's a bit simpler than that. 1993. 1993. Overview. So here's the thumbnail I made. So that's what I like the thumbnail to make sure it's all very full. So basically, here's the north, north, south, south. But then the issue, yeah, this is probably, he probably means that vertically, the whole thing is north, whole thing is south. Yeah, but I would need to double check with an actual detector, just because, so this goes to the comment I have here. This is from John. I'm gonna go to. Okay, so this guy here actually replied on one of my videos. See if it shows up. Okay, probably didn't show up. Yeah, so this guy, his name is that. I'm gonna go to YouTube. Let's go to the actual video. Just to see the comment so you guys know what's happening. So it's on this one here with the Beneficent TV. So this guy here says, "Hi Matthew, about the strange magnetic polarity from Hutchison experiment. The polarity of metal parts of long metal thing depends on the magnetic polarity. If magnetization was not along the length but vertically from bottom to top, you have north, south, and you will have these repelling N or SS neighboring parts. As an experiment, just take thin 1 millimeter neodymium magnets." Oh, then it was split up and there's north. No, yeah, I'm just trying to see how that would be. Oh, yeah, no, that is right. Magnetic disc magnetized in vertical direction, north, south, break it and try to connect the parts will pull it. Oh no, yeah, so he is right. Okay, so I replied on the email. So he said, hi Matthew, and John on MES YouTube channel. This is channel. I've wrote the comments about parts of broken strip from Hutchison's experiment, and you would have asked to make me a video. So I asked him to make a video, so you can see right here. And I said, and also John's there. So John, interesting, thanks. And this is also John said. The videos were tested by Canada government. Tested the videos. Also, the government cameras failed to work. 5 cameras failed. That's unbelievable. Or they may have said that they failed, and so they don't give them any footage. But yeah, no, 5 cameras failed out just because, which makes sense because some of the experiments literally has camera interference on his simultaneous 911. So I have their written reports on this, much more interesting. The reports they gave. This is Matthew. If you combine Cavendish lead balls, gravity balls, and a gyro in the fields, could be interesting. Yeah, this is the Cavendish lead balls. That's a good one. I might do another live stream next week on it or something else. But yeah, so 1,000-pound wheel can be done using a good bearing system. Wow, that's great. And then he said, well, great stuff. I think you were right. If you don't mind doing this experiment to film, I basically tell him filming it and sending me it. I may upload to my MES experiments playlist. He says, and I said, John, well, great info about the cameras. I did not know that, and I definitely want to try the Cavendish lead balls experiment with heavy-duty gyros. So we'll get in that. Okay, he says, okay, he's sending me some stuff there. Yeah, YouTube just is the worst notification. They don't send any notifications. All right. Okay, it's like a new magnet broken, I think. Yeah, it is. So yeah, I think the guy's right. But then I replied. I didn't fully understand what he meant. And I said, thanks for the video. Great stuff. We'll show it in my live stream this morning. I'll show you the video soon. On magnetic poles. It would be good to use a magnetic pole viewer to confirm how polarity changes of the broken magnets. It's because if 2 magnets with vertical polarity were placed near each other, they may still repel, although I still assume they would want to flip over too. We'll definitely upload MES experiments on this. So yes, basically what he's saying is it's vertically. Then, and again, I think that's what he actually meant, and this is actually correct. It's vertically. It got magnetized vertically, and then when you split it up, it's still the same setup. But the thing now, these repel because now you have a north-north. I think that's what he was saying. And but I would assume that's the same with the other one too. I'm gonna do a quick drawing, and I'm gonna do a quick drawing here. We're gonna go back here. I'll play the video, then we'll do it. So I downloaded the video, broken magnet, right here. Yeah. But again, also peeps, please upload horizontally, just because most people use when I use computer, I don't use the phone as much. And you lose out a lot of space here. Let me see if I can zoom in. Oh, you could go slow motion. I didn't know you could scroll to slow motion. And how do I zoom? Can't zoom in. Okay, so anyway, so he has north. There's a north there. He split it up, and he splits it up. And now they don't attract. So now they repel. So basically, that's probably what happened to the Hutchison sample. It got magnetized vertically, and then it got split apart using his Hutchison effect mumbo jumbo, and that's what. And then now it doesn't attract. So so basically, you actually need to use a detector to see what the actual polarity is. You can't just say it's a monopole or mumbo jumbo. It might be just this. All right, so that's this part here. Yes, that has to be what he's saying. Yeah, I think it's just saying that. And then, and again, this is why I do these like experiments and double check everything because it's very, 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 very easy to make mistakes. And that's why I do these like lives and so on, and I post on YouTube, Telegram, and Hive and everywhere, so that everybody, their eyes are put on it, and they can spot things that I didn't spot, or they have knowledge that I don't have. Anyways, and now it doesn't track. No, that's pretty much it. Yeah, that's pretty much it. And the rest of is, hey Matt, what do you think about the U.S. Navy in Venezuelan waters? The hurricanes seem not to be going there, but the area is common for hurricane. Interesting. This is how chemistry works. Yeah, I haven't looked at it, but it's the usual war games getting ready for the big one eventually. But yeah, definitely. They're doing something with the environment. Okay, so but then Eric, George Hathaway said that it's actually different that the he said that it's different for a normal magnet, but I think it's the same with even a normal magnet, because he just probably never spins a direction, like change the direction. So I'm gonna do now let's say you had a bar magnet like this. All right, And let's say you had a north here, and then south. And now if you break it apart, what you should have is now you're gonna have a... Well, the south, yeah, this is the thing. Would it split up exactly like that? So would this be would this become a north? So this is a good experiment to confirm. North south, and then would this also be a north south? So this is why the details matter the most. So question mark, because I don't know if this will happen. Would it split up like this, or would it split up, or would it go the other way around? Or would it go, or yeah, or would it go, there's multiple ways, or it can go south-north, or it can go, yeah, this would be north-south. This is still attractive. Or does it repel? So this is a good question. If somebody can answer this, or test it out, I don't want to break my magnets yet. I'll do it for, once I'm done my, Atwood drop test. So okay, anyways, I'm running with my left hand, so that's pretty cool. So anyways, or is it like this? So there's 4 options it could be actually. Or it could be like this, north, north. Now it splits apart, and south. So and this will help unravel what in the world magnetism is. Okay, or there's another one. Yeah, what's the other one, guys? Who's a math wizard? The other one is south-south. So this is why I gotta double check what in the world's going on, not just qualitatively saying, hey, it's repelling. Yeah, but what exactly is doing the repelling? Okay, so there's 3 things. I mean 4 things it could be. So what does this do if you split this up at the pole or anywhere? Yeah, the thing is, what if you split anywhere else? That's why you always gotta go extremely slow and solve it. So that's pretty wild. All right, so that's that. And yeah, and this is pretty cool. So I wrote that with my left hand, for just slow and steady. All right, and I'll set this here. I'm gonna ask this guy actually. I'll ask him live. I'm pretty sure you split magnet, you get the same results. No, but what do you mean same results? Which one is it? Which one is this? I'll do a number. I'm gonna do like here, just because I haven't seen someone do it in a systematic way. I'm gonna go right here. I'll call this 1. Is it? Do we get option 1? Do we get 2? So which one is it? 2, 3, or 4? Okay. So if you split them, do you get 1, 2, 3, or 4? Which one do you get? And I'll send a screenshot to that guy. Oh, and why does it show this little block thingy? Okay, now go. Okay, so I'll do this one right here. And now we're gonna go straight into the nitty-gritty. This right here. Oh, okay. Odyssey. Someone's commented on Odyssey. I didn't see it because I have this thingy there hiding, and this setup there. I'm gonna go and mute it. Okay. Somewhere louder. Okay, this guy's saying MG. Oh, MG 13.7. 13.7, and then 137.11. K. 4 plus 7 is 11. Okay, this guy's 2025 is 9. 911. Similar anagram. Okay, this guy's next level. I've seen since 2000. He's got it's everywhere. Somewhere louder, like Marshall 11 on guitar. 1987. Okay, this guy's on another level with numerology. Okay, now we got some commenting right here. We actually have first comments in a while on Twitter. Magnetic poles are probably part of the electromagnetic phenomenon that holds planets together. If mass created gravity, then there should be near 0 gravity and pressure around the core of planets. Okay, driving home. Okay, interesting. Interesting. All right, so we got comments everywhere, guys. Okay, so we got this actually yeah, the diagram I sent may be what you were referring to. Also, can you confirm what would happen with a normal, with splitting a normal bar magnet. Okay. Which of the scenarios below would be the correct one? Anyways, this is just, it saves me time from doing an experiment. Which of them? Yes, we got, let's split them apart. We get this. And does it become identical? Like it doesn't actually, there's no actual switch up, or is it gonna switch up, or does it do that? Anyways, so that's pretty cool. Okay, let's go right here. Oh, the live chat. So Tammy says, Rambo of the Truth Codes will probably join you on a live regarding the decoding of 9/11. He has a phenomenal following. And interesting. Who's Rambo of the Truth? But again, does he pass the litmus test? Rambo of Truth Codes. So that's the thing. It's like he's a big following. Rambo of Truth Codes. What's his channel name? This guy? I don't know what's his name. Like YouTube is nothing there. Rambo of Truth Codes. Is he on anywhere? Alright, hang out with Rambo of the Truth. What happened to members only content? Occult Examiner. Alright, so we got members only content. Occult Examiner. Oh, Rambo of the Truth. Alright, so we got a bunch of occultists doing stuff. Okay, anyways, that's pretty interesting. Alright, so yeah, so anyways, I'll keep these over there. I'll close these. Okay, so we got this one is yeah, so almost certainly I think just basic this got magnetized, and then again it doesn't explain how it got magnetized because like how is the Hutchison effect magnetizing this, and then furthermore, and then yeah, and then how's it splitting apart, or it might be this is where I think it's just like it's spinning up the ether slash the magnetism is being overloaded where it just splits apart where this wasn't designed to be magnetized. And also the file has a bunch of grooves and so on, a bunch of different pressure points that can split up. So that's good. And also, okay, this thing has stopped going live. I'm gonna try this again. I'm gonna go back here. Okay, this is back here. Okay, it was live. Window. So yeah, the pump one is just a little experiment thing. I'm trying to experiment with. Okay, anyways, pump one is back on. Okay, so pump one is living again. All right. So anyways, so we got this MG. This is just pretty wild. All right, so now we got that. He removed everything on Patreon now, and he has free content, but it's only $5 for all content. Communicates like you do no BS, only data. No, I understand that part, but like if you see what I do, I make sure everything I do is available for a long time. Like I don't want any word that I said to be just disappeared. So I do I like that's what I mean. It's like yeah, some people have to go. You have to go extra mile beyond just personality. Like I try to make my stuff there easy, and then the other part is easily searchable. But also I let anybody download it. So and I have no members only stuff. Like besides like you guys pay me and you get emojis, but you don't get any content that anybody else doesn't have. So in other words, like I want everybody info, and if you guys want to donate, you guys donate on your own. Like whatever. That's weekly live. Okay, epic stuff. But also, okay, eye to eye. Yeah. So, this guy Ball don't lie. Okay, but yeah, okay, October 7th. Oh, he probably did an October 7th one. Oh, that might be a good one. But actually, I don't get my channel played in 9/11. Okay, not no matches. But yeah, anyways, that'll be interesting stuff. But also we gotta get the 9s and 11. Like the practical stuff is like free energy tech exists, guys. Anyways, so this is probably split up. I think just overloaded with the magnet on the vertical side. All right, so that's that part. So now we're gonna see what is actually magnetic poles. Whoops, why is it kind of okay? So this one here. So magnetic poles are probably part of the electromagnetic phenomenon. So if mass created gravity, okay, that's so no, basically if mass creates or mass has gravity, basically anything with mass has gravity. Basically distorting the ether or absorbing. I think one again analogy or idea would be mass is absorbing the ether. That's gravity, and then magnetism is like a coherent setup instead of all directions. It's like it's spinning at the same time. So now you have a spinning mass. Then there should be near zero gravity pressure around the core of the planets. Okay, driving home. Okay, so that's this part. Let's look at the mainstream stuff here. I'm gonna go to magnetic pole wiki. So what in the world is a magnetic pole? So, and this is the thing. The mainstream is always completely and utterly it's completely like lacking. It leaves so many stuff open. So one of the two ends of a magnet. Okay, that is not. Okay. It's like they used the definition of magnetic pole. Okay, okay, uses uses the actual term in the name in the definition. So magnetic pole is the two ends of a magnet. Okay, so now the question is, well, what's a magnet? All right, so okay, magnetic monopole is a hypothetical elementary particle. Oh, it actually shows right here. Okay, so if you split this up, it splits up exactly. Okay, interesting. It is exact. Okay, so we solved this, guys. It solved it. So this is the mainstream one, and the mainstream one is it's simple stuff like this is probably right. Okay, so this I'll put that there. Okay, so anyways, I'll send this right here. Actually, 2.0. Actually, again, yeah, polarity. It's just identical. I'm split up to wiki, which should be correct here. Yeah, so it is. So that we solve it, guys. So we split this up. We get a magnet, and then it becomes a magnet, and so on. So yeah. So anyways, Tammy, you were right. You're almost certainly right. Yeah, just because I need to experiment myself, but this will obviously be an experiment I gotta do, confirm. But it's simple things like this you could just deduce. It's probably right. All right. So anyways, send this one. Okay, so I'm gonna send that, and I'm gonna send this. Okay, there's magnetic polarity. And monopoles. Okay, so this one here, and then this one here. Yeah, and post. This is pretty cool setup there. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so post it on in Leo as well, and so on. Again, in Leo, the whole idea of Hive, you get open source AI, and no one can delete it, and it's on a blockchain, and so on. So it's like, think long term. And there's a okay. Anyways, so let's see what it says right here. So a magnetic pole is one of the two ends of a magnet. Okay, we solved it, guys. Okay, what's a magnet? Okay, so now we have a magnet. A magnet is a material or object that produces a magnetic field. It's like, okay, so we're back to square one. All right, so guys, a magnetic pole is one of two ends. Is one of the two ends of a magnet. But notice the definition. No, the definition uses the thing you're trying to define. I'm trying to define what magnetic pole is, and the definition includes the word magnet. Magnetic pole. Okay, so we start from here. We go here. A magnet is a material or object that produces a magnetic field. Okay, so now all right. This magnetic field is invisible, but is responsible for the most notable property of a magnet, a force that pulls on other ferromagnetic material. So every single definition and property is circular reasoning. So it can pull other magnets, okay, but it's not. But what is it actually pulling? So a magnetic field, sometimes called a B field, is a physical field that describes the magnetic influence on moving electric charges and electric currents. Okay, think about that. So it's moving. Now we finally got away from a definition that includes the word magnet. Oh, and other magnetic materials. Yeah, basically moving charges. Now it includes, but it still includes other magnetic materials. Okay, so we got this. So Wikipedia. Yeah, this is mainstream Wikipedia. So anyways, so basically now it's saying it's moving electric charge. Okay, it's a physical field, just basically a bunch of numbers everywhere in space, that describes magnetic influence on moving electric charges or electric currents. So now we have, what's a moving electric current? Okay, so this is a very interesting one. So if you have an actual charge, like an electron moving, that can generate a field, or you can have a current that's moving. And a current is not the it's like it's like the field of the electric it's like the field of the electric charges. So like basically it's like a bunch of these together, even though they drift slowly, but the actual field moves at the speed of light or something like that. Electric current is a flow of charged particles such as electrons or ions moving through an electric conductor or space. Okay, so you basically have a bunch of them and moving through. All right. Okay, and then a moving charge in a magnetic field experiences a force perpendicular to its own velocity. Okay, so basically a magnetic field is formed when this charge is moving, and then everything else is related to this charge. And then the question is, what's an electric charge? Okay, so I'm gonna go what an electric charge is. And then when you have another electric charge, it experiences a moving charge in a magnetic. So basically, okay, so a magnetic field. No, this it describes a magnetic influence on moving charges. Oh no, it's on moving charges because a magnetic field. Wait, what is going on here? I'm still like, what's producing it? Okay, so let's slow it down a bit. A magnetic field, sometimes called B field, is a physical field that describes the magnetic influence. So we haven't even got to what. Okay, no, yeah. So it's completely circular reasoning. Paramagnetic, diamagnetic fields create a river. Yeah, I'm just trying to grasp what in the world is going on here. Okay, so a magnetic field, this is from the mainstream perspective, because they drop clues, but one thing is it's all circular reasoning. I've understood basic mathematical logic for a long time. I know what circular reasoning is. This is circular reasoning. A magnetic field describes the magnetic. Why is every okay? Magnetic pole is one of the two ends of a magnet. Um, and a magnet is a material that produces a magnetic field. And a magnetic field describes magnetic influence on moving electric charges, currents, and other magnetic materials. Okay, so far we haven't got to any definition. A moving charge in a magnetic field experiences a force perpendicular to its own velocity. So if a charge is going straight, it will be feeling a force. If it's going straight, it'll be feeling a force. Yeah, so if this is my finger is going straight, it will feel force perpendicular where my thumb is. I think that's like Fleming's right hand rule or something. Yeah, so there it is. There's the magnetic field pointing up. I mean, pointing to the left here. The force will be experienced up, and this is going there. So if a charge is going this direction, it will feel force going left of this, and basically use your mumbo jumbo hands. Use your hands like this. So the B field, aim it down, and the force will be yeah, like that. Look up who wrote that on Wikipedia. That's a good question. So what do you mean? There's a bunch of these. Every single one of these. Um, and again, you can have a look there. Let me know what they say. But again, Wikipedia, it's like a system. No one person can. It's like no one person can modify it in a way that they want. That's not part of the system. So like for example, whoever wrote this can't go and say 9/11 was directed energy weapons because he's gonna get deleted. So, but yeah. Yes. Anyways, look it up. But the thing is, this is the mainstream narrative. Like this is literally what every textbook says. Like pretty much every textbook. Okay, if they defined it accurately, then everyone would know the secrets of science and life. Yeah, definitely. Magnetic field is the big one. Or just everything is a big one. Everything. Inertia is the big one. Mass is the big one. Basically, nothing at the fundamental level is accurately is non-circularly reasoning defined or assumed. Yeah. So like for example, mass is inertia. It's all just assumed. Like this thing gives like this produces like yeah, mass is a matter that has inertia or something. Inertia is just just like the resistance to change. But again, it's like there's no actual what is it actually. They're not describing an actual physical interaction. They're just saying this somehow has a magical property called inertia. So everything here is a magical property called magnetic influence. All right. Okay, so anyway, so far they haven't produced moving charge and magnetic field experiences there. Okay. Okay, so magnetic fields are produced by moving charges. Yeah, there it is. So electric charges are so electric charge right here feels a force inward, but it also creates a electric charge. I mean, a magnetic field. So magnetic fields are produced by moving electric charges and the intrinsic magnetic moments of elementary particles associated with a fundamental quantum property called spin. So in other words, when they're spinning, they're producing a magnetic field. When they're moving, they produce a magnetic field. Magnetic fields and electric currents are interrelated and are often both components of the electromagnetic force, one of the four fundamental forces of nature. All right. Holy, okay, so we got a whole bunch of word salads there. And now we're gonna ask Rock. Okay. Define what a magnetic pole is without using circular reasoning. Even if it means making an underlying assumption of nature. Yeah, assumption or postulate. Yeah, so basically the whole idea is I just want to know what is the actual thingy that they're taking for granted. Okay, so a magnetic pole is a fundamental property of a magnet defined as a region where the magnetic field strength is most concentrated and from which magnetic field lines appear to originate or converge. Okay, magnetic field line. Specifically, a magnet has two distinct poles, a north pole where magnetic field lines are assumed to emerge outward, and a south pole where these lines are assumed to converge inwards. This behavior is a postulate of nature based on empirical observations of how magnets interact, such as the attraction between opposite poles, north and south, and repulsion between like poles, north and south. The magnetic field itself is a force field that influences charged particles, magnetic fields, and the poles are the points where this field is most intense, governing the direction and strength. So basically, this is a postulate. Basically, here's a statement of nature. They're not actually describing like what anything below that. Okay, I'll say what could be underlying or governing this postulate of nature. A quantum field, a fluid ether, etc. All right, let's see what he says. The postulate magnetic field exists as regions where magnet emerges or converges, converting likely stems from deeper physical principles. Several theoretical frameworks could underlie govern this behavior. So again, yeah, this is where you got to go into quantum mumbo jumbo. Premise magnetic field and thus magnetic poles arise from the electromagnetic field, which is described by quantum electrodynamics (QED). Explanation: magnetic poles and magnet results from the collective alignment of electron spins. So now we got actually spinning, or orbital magnetic moments. So we got basically precession in ferromagnetic substances like iron. Underlying assumption of electromagnetic field is a fundamental unit quantized as photons and its interaction obey Maxwell's classical. And then let's see a hypothetical fluid. From historically, the ether was proposed as medium permeating. Explanation: this framework could be imagined as regions where the ether flows or distorted most intensely due to magnetic internal structure. Underlying assumption that the ether exists as a physical medium with fluid-like properties capable of transmitting magnetic forces. This is speculative, there's no evidence. Anyways, and then string theory and so on, alternative magnetic monopoles and so on, topological defects. What about a ether, a fluid ether rotating? Yeah, fluid ether rotating, such as a cylinder spinning in water, can attract or repel other spinning, depending on other spinning in water, depending on the direction. And I'm gonna go to my MES experiments, and I'm gonna see what Grok says here. This is the where did it go? This one right here. This is the Hive notes. Yeah, this is basically here now, and again, that's why I put on Hive. It's all data is there, easily text searchable for AI, and then as in my article and video, as in this article. I'll just say my video, but it's even though I know Dino did the somebody edited. Okay, now it's doing some quicker. Now it's doing some actual thinking. Okay, let's go. And he's searching up on the, let's fetch content from. Okay, so now the thing is now it's picking up data from Hive. Okay, let's go. This is why you got to feed AI real info. Because AI is not going anywhere. It is not going anywhere. Okay, NPC. This is Spinal Tap. Okay, so we have a non-playable character setting info. This is Spinal Tap. Documentary by Rob Reiner. I know Zells go up to 11. Okay, this is some stuff there. Anyways, it's still going. Okay, so anyways, that's going there, and I will send a link to that. Yeah, so we got magnetic poles. We got this one here, and it keeps going to another thing, and it just keeps going on and on, and I think I wrote about that in my biology one. So here's my peak biology. That like yeah. Okay, here's the thing on Hive. You're not gonna do this anywhere else. There's 500-page article. Okay, it's just a 500-page article right here on Hive. You're not gonna see this anywhere else. The headings, I can't even see all the headings. It's too big. Anyways, I put all the notes of my video on there. I'm gonna go to magnet. Okay, circular reasoning. Okay, so here's what I wrote before. So I wrote. MES true science note, the exact nature of electric charges and electromagnetism is unknown publicly, as exemplified by the circular reasoning fallacy in their definitions. An electric charge is a property of matter that causes it to experience a force when placed in an electromagnetic field, which itself is produced by electric charges. Yeah, there's another thing. So, an electric charge is a property of matter that causes it to experience a force when placed in an electromagnetic field, which itself is produced by electric charges. So we go back here. So magnetic fields are produced by electric charges, and the intrinsic magnetic moments is pretty much like precession. Basically, you get spinning, and yeah. Basically, there's spin. You got those spinning. Yes. Anyways, it's moving or spinning electrons. So magnetic fields are produced by moving electric charges, and electric charges exhibit a force. Yeah. So it says right here. I think it was mentioned right here. Yeah, that is a moving charge in a magnetic field experience a force perpendicular to its own velocity. So basically, a moving charge experiences a force in a magnetic field, and the magnetic field is produced by a moving charge. So I'm like, all right. Is it possible to go back in time? That is a good question. I am not sure. I am, in my opinion, I don't think there is. But again, I kind of think reality is fake. So, but like, I think, yeah, so I think time is an illusion, basically just vibrating. Like the faster things vibrate, the faster things can seem like time's going faster. So a Hutchison effect can be kind of seems like somebody just sped up the vibration there. But anyways, going back in time, no, I think probably not. Just because but I wouldn't be surprised. It would just mean that like you have a bunch of parallel worlds. Because if time travel is possible. Well, it's either it's possible and nobody's ever done it, or if it's possible and people have done it, or objects have done it, or something in nature has done it. If something in nature has done it, then basically you can't argue against parallel worlds, in my opinion. Because if you go back in time, let's say you go back in time and then destroy this pen, but now there's a forward in time, so there's a time period where the pen is destroyed, one is not destroyed. So I have two worlds. So the thing is, if a UFO traveled the cosmos, why can't I see dinosaurs? If I have a UFO travel the cosmos, why can't I'm not sure what that means. Basically, what I'm trying to say is, yeah, time travel. If that's real, it's either it's never happened and we're only living in the same current world, or it has happened and there's a bunch of parallel universe. But in my opinion, well, again, I think it could be possible, but I don't think it's ever been done. Yeah, and even if it is done, I think reality is just a joke. But anyways, keep going. We're basically looking at our own mind. That's for another day. Okay, so anyways, that's a fascinating experimental and analogy you shared. The setup you described, rotating cylinders submerged in water, driven by electric motors via flexible hoses powered by a shared 12-volt battery, provides a tangible hydrodynamic demonstration of a dipole-like interactions that mirror magnetic behavior. Let's break down how this could serve as a model for rotating fluid ether, underlying the postulate of magnetic poles, building on our earlier discussion. All grounded in the observed physics of the experiment while treating the ether as a speculative postulate of nature, a pervasive fluid like medium that can support vorticity and flow akin to water here, but imagine as a fundamental scale. Core mechanism, and yeah, opposite spins, one clockwise, one counterclockwise. The cylinders attract, sticking together and resisting manual separation. Yeah, so if it's spinning opposite directions, it will attract. If it's same directions, and yes, it's got this here reversibility when motors stop. Cylinders return. Okay, there's a model for fluid. Okay, this is pretty deep stuff. It's intuitive, visualizes the emergent nature of poles. Limitations: water is viscous, so effects dampen over time. But yeah, but basically we'll say the water ether is not viscous. Unlike a fluid, scaling to the magnetic requires assuming zero viscosity and infinite extent. It doesn't yet incorporate relativity. Ether drag was disproven. No, that was the not necessarily. That was just the other momentum. And quantum charge electrons as vortex cores. Empirically, QED remains superior for precision experiments, but this fluid could inspire hybrid theories like an analog gravity using fluids to simulate black holes or fields. Breathes new life into the fluid model we touched on earlier. Thanks for showing us a clever bridge from macro experiments to micro postulates. Okay, if I know Dino's papers have specific things. Yeah, no, this is pretty good. So it literally seems like it actually learned something. Create share link. And I will yeah, definitely open. But again, the big one is we gotta be able to predict. But actually, the predict is the semi big one. The real big one is, can this model produce something that mainstream thinks is impossible, aka anti-gravity? Okay, Mystic Bazaar, we're in a simulation. Yeah, but the thing is it multiple simulations? What I'm trying to say, if time travel is real, then there's multiple simulations. So you get what I'm trying to say? If time travel is real, it's either no one's ever done it or no thing has ever done it, or something in nature has gone back, or someone has gone back, and now you have multiple simulations. So the question is it one simulation or multiple? So basically what I'm saying is, it doesn't matter if it's simulation or not. Is it multiple or one? There are Earths out there in different stages to you. All right. Mark Wheel, let's go. Yeah, but again, the other part is, again, I think the biggest question is, which seems disrespectful, but it's not. But this is the question: is why should I care about anything? Ask that, and then you'll blow up. Okay. Anyways, and I think the only answer I can find is because we're looking at our own mind. So not caring equals a world where a world. Yeah, exactly, a world of not caring. Anyways, so that's why 9/11, etc. That's why I care about it, because this is the reality we that's gets produced. If you don't care about it, you get pain, suffering. If you do, big things change. Anyways, let's go back here. Go back here. Okay, I'm gonna send this. Okay, that's a great grok one. Okay, so we basically solved it. It's ether spinning has possibilities. Reincarnation. Alright, let's go. Yeah, but again, it's reincarnation, etc. Whatever it is. Still doesn't explain why we should care. Alright, anyways, going back into here, I'm gonna close some stuff here. Okay, so this one's pretty cool. Yeah, I'll play this video now, because we have played this before, and then I'm gonna play another one. I'm gonna play this one. Yeah, but basically what happens is, yeah, so you have if you have magnets, cylinders spinning in the same in the opposite directions, they attract, and then they go backwards once it's done. I don't think there's some, but I think aliens are interdimensional beings. Yeah, so in my view, I think aliens are just Freemasons. I think they're higher up. I think so aliens a lie again. The a lie. I can't a lie. I just can't get that out of my mind. It's like aliens a lie. Like, why is it called a lie? And yeah. But anyways, and then if you spin in the same direction, they repel. So this one they become like this, and this one it just attracts, and then this one here it pushes out, and then same setup there. Basically, I think it might be just some ether spinning with zero viscosity, or near zero. Oh yeah, pretty much zero. So I'm gonna go right here. I'm gonna play this. I'm gonna go.
In this experiment, we're going to study what happens to two
Yeah, I'm gonna play this. I'm gonna go wash them. I'll be back.
identical cylinders rotating completely submerged in water. Here we have two identical cylinders completely submerged in water and connected by two flexible hoses to two identical electric motors. The electric motors will be driven by a common 12 volts car battery. In one case, the motors will rotate in opposite directions, therefore the cylinders will rotate in opposite directions in water. In another case, the motors will rotate in the same directions, therefore the cylinders will rotate in the same directions in water. In this experiment, we're going to start the motors, which are going to rotate the cylinders in opposite directions. Let's see what happens. We start motors now. We see that the cylinders attract each other and now are sticking to each other. Let's try to separate them. We see them attracting each other again and sticking to each other. Let's stop the motors. We observe that the cylinders are coming back to their original positions. And now let's start the motors again. We observe that...
Okay, I think I forgot. I put the wrong link there. No, this is the one I wanted. Okay, yeah, I put Inaldino's video, but this one is a bit cleaner and shorter. I'll play this again. Okay, Mark Wheeler. When I was 9, I was sitting in the back of my parents' car and had vision. I was sitting with a small girl. It was my daughter. I called her Faith. Wow. Yeah, definitely. You got you're basically basically what may have happened is your your brain radio receiver got intermixed with somebody else's, or even from a different time, or vibrating through these. Okay, so MES, you can laugh at me about it if you want, but I think Hutchison fact had something to do with time manipulation. Too, I believe I saw the potential. I believe John saw the potential and tried the boat experience. Okay, interesting. But why can I program your mind to reincarnate? Yeah, but anyways, time travel, but basically I think it is like speeding up. Like if you see the Hutchison effect, it is like rusting at like rapid pace, but also it's like flying in the air. So it's like, okay, it's time travel, yeah, it's manipulating time, but what is doing the levitating? At what point, at what time can you have an object flying for no reason? So it's like, okay, even if it has time manipulation, it's still gravity control. So anyways, going back.
Here we have two identical cylinders completely submerged in water and connected by two flexible hoses to two identical electric motors. The electric motors will be driven by a common 12 volts car battery. In this experiment, we're going to start the motors, which are going to rotate the cylinders in opposite directions. Let's see what happens. We start motors now. We see that the cylinders attract each other and now are sticking to each other. Let's try to separate them. We see them attracting each other again and sticking to each other. Let's stop the motors. We observe that the cylinders are coming back to their original positions. In this experiment, we're going to rotate the cylinders in the same direction and see what happens. Let's start the motors now. We observe that the cylinders repel each other. Their relative distance is increasing. Let's try to push them against each other and see if we can reduce the distance. And what happens if we reduce the distance? it's quite difficult to make them approach each other. We see that there is a force which is acting so that they repel each other. This force is obviously due to the water, which is set in a motion of rotation. Let's start the motors now. And observe how the cylinders are coming back to their original positions.
In this setup, the two cylinders are aligned together and enclosed with styrofoam. Using a right-hand rule convention, the curl of the fingers indicates the direction of the cylinder rotation, and the thumb corresponds to the north pole of a magnet. The light green side is north, and the yellow side is south. Opposite poles attract for both the cylinders and magnets. Like poles repel, and the same behavior is observed for both the cylinders and magnets. Even when placed on their sides with like poles parallel to each other, both the cylinders and magnets repel and behave the exact same. Is a magnet just a vortex in a fluid-like substance called the ether? Alright, epic stuff there. And then Tammy says, I think John is afraid of going back in time. knowing what he has experienced. Well, you know, it's like, hey, I don't care what I've experienced. If you tell me, hey, you can go back in time, and I'm like, hey, let's go see what happens. I don't say no to next level stuff. Anyways, Mark, well, there's one here. Tammy, I think no, the other one. Tony Sachs. How do Matthew? How do Tony Sachs? Epic stuff. Welcome to the show. All right, so we have this one, and I do want to show another thing John said about the Cavendish one. I might do it for another one, but it is related. I think gravity is just as Ken Wheeler even would say, incoherent magnetism, or either Ken Wheeler or the other person. Lori Gardy, aka Fractal. I'm gonna go right here. This is Fractal. This is what John said. So here's a fun thing to do. Wishing you well, lead balls Cavendish experiment. And then he says, great idea. Would it? Then I said, definitely need to try that end with a spinning lead gyro. So here it is. This is like a time lapse. This is, again, it's all related to electric charge. Everything. If you find anything, everything's solved. Okay, Mark Wheeler. My birthday is 10/7/1988. I was born the day as Tesla, July 10th. No way. Okay. So you were born on July 10th. Okay, so 1988. I was also born 1988. So mine was January 15th. So I'm a few months older. Anyways, so here is lead balls.
On each end of the bar, we put a lead ball. The two balls balance and the bar is free to turn. Now we put another ball on the left side of each of the two original ones. If everything attracts everything else, the balls should attract each other and the bar should move. There is an attraction of gravity between the lead balls.
All right. So and that's like time lapse. But basically, I think it's just incoherent magnetism, and we'll get to that in a bit. I just want to post these in here. Post this as well. Okay, and then the next one, I'll post this Einaldinu one. I'll post this because it has the photos. Pretty cool. Okay, this one right here. And then I'll post it here as well. Okay, so we're getting closer and closer to all this jazz. And now if we go to Fractal, yeah, I'm gonna have to post this one here as well as an experiment. Go to Fractal Woman. And we go gravity. Yeah, this one here. Does gravity only attract? And this is, or why does gravity only attract? These old science videos are most likely true and unfiltered science. Yeah, but also you see the all newer ones that are pretty much similar as well. So that's why you also look at multiple things. John's also referring to natural forms of life extension. Yeah, it basically takes a whole bunch of pills, a whole bunch of vitamins. I mean, a whole bunch of vitamins and minerals, and like all it takes them all in one go, and then that's why his tongue is blue. I realized. He takes them all in one go, like he has a big bucket, takes them all, and he's like rejuvenated. But yeah, so John is next level. Okay, I'm gonna go right here. Okay, so this is fractal one. Why does gravity only attract? So this is number going back to that Cavendish one. So here's the Cavendish one. This is just
Ball on the left.
lead balls, pretty big, and you can think of them as many tiny magnets that are not like all aligned to their polarity. So now they're all north south, north south, north south, and it's all over the place. And then it starts, then it attracts, and she proves that here.
So in this video, I'm going to
And the comment I did 5 years ago. So simply, it's so amazing.
explain why gravity only attracts. There's, I get asked this question all the time. Why does gravity only attract? Why doesn't it repel? If magnetism and gravity are, for all intents and purposes, the same thing. Okay, so I'm going to do a couple of demos for you and just show you why gravity always attracts. And I'm going to tell you the reason I think, and then we'll do the experiments, and then you can decide. So the reason I think that gravity always only attracts is because nature favors attraction. Okay, so here's two magnets hanging on the string, and they, even though these magnets both attract and repel, they always attract. Nature favors attraction. Okay, let me do it again. Okay, here's two magnets. They both attract and repel, but when they get close to each other, when they are hanging on strings and left to their own devices, they will always attract. Okay, so nature favors, in my opinion, nature favors attraction.
Okay, so best saying, yeah, it always attracts. If you have just two magnets hanging, they're gonna attract because they're gonna move around until they attract.
When they are hanging on strings.
So they all just move around until they attract. So nature favors attraction. That's
and left to their own devices, they will always attract. Okay, so nature favors, in my opinion, nature favors attraction. So here's another experiment. Okay, here's a gravitational body. This is analogous to a gravitational body. It is a sphere of very tiny magnets, and of course every atom is technically a magnet, especially hydrogen atom is literally a magnet. But so here's a clump of magnets that are put together incoherently. Okay, so these magnets, the magnetic moments, or whatever you want to call it, of these magnets are all pointing in different directions. So I'm going to place that here. And now, so here is a tiny gravitational body. And I'm going to bring it close to this object. And it attracts. It doesn't repel. Nature favors attraction. Let's do that again. Here's a tiny little clump of incoherent magnetism. It's a bunch of magnets, a bunch of atoms, let's say, that are clumped together, and they're clumping together and they're not repelling each other, even though magnets repel. Okay, let's bring it close, and it sticks. Okay, here's another one. I could throw it, and it's always going to stick. It's never going to go flying away from the gravitational body. It is always going to stick. Okay, it's always going to stick. So nature favors attraction. And eventually, when you get a super high concentration of tiny magnets, they want to come together in a sphere. So for a giant gravitational body, you know, like the Earth or other planets, unless they have other forces acting on them from the outside, they're going to be basically spherical. Okay, so gravity only attracts because nature favors attraction, especially for an incoherent body like this where the magnets are all lined up in a different orientation. Okay, it's always going to stick. So I thought that I would pass this along to you. These arrived in the mail today, so I've been waiting a while to make this video. So I hope you enjoy it.
All right. Yes. Basically, it just shows. You hang magnets in the air, they always attract. Like they're just gonna move around till attract. They're not gonna repel. So nature favors attraction. And if you have a bunch of small magnets, put them all together, they always attract other lumps of magnets. So in other words, basically the whole idea is you want to remove terms like gravity, and basically it's just magnetism. It's just incoherent magnetism. So, and that's pretty much yeah. It's basically this is that. This is the Cavendish. Basically the Cavendish one. I think it's just that's all it is. So far, I think that's just all it is. Just I need to anything else. I think I already did summarize this one. And also, okay, there's some questions. 29,000 tons. Gravity can keep the ocean waters on Earth, but not a balloon. No, it can keep a balloon. You just take the air out. But why is that? Is it because of the mass or that? No, that's buoyancy. A balloon, depending on if it's helium or not, and a balloon, it has yeah, it's very lightweight. But also like it depends on if it's helium inside. Like a plastic ball that has air, put it in water, it's gonna float up. So why do things float? So if you have a balloon in a vacuum, well, first of all, it's gonna yeah, first of all, it's actually gonna push it out. You need something a bit stronger. Your first name of the show, okay. So and also, Christopher Jones, Heidi Matthew, and I'll check out the gravity mystery, a long article by Frederick Negard on check evidence. Also, Andrew interviewed him. He thinks gravity is a dipole phenomenon. Interesting. Yeah, but like I just showed, is there any experiments? If you could just show some experiments. I'm an experiment guy at heart. So this one here, this is a dipole. Basically, these are made of a bunch of tiny little dipoles, which are magnets, and then that's gravity. So this is just that. So there's nothing. And so basically, what I do is I like compiling as many experiments as I can, and then see what that ends up happening. And yeah, and north, south, east, west equals news. Yeah, definitely. That is a great setup there. All right, so we have that, and the next one is, okay, we're gonna close these. Matter, which is spelled in your own last ring title. Matter, so okay. I think I spelled it wrong. Just type into matter, so. Oh no, I misspelled the thingy. 666. Where's the 666? English. Where? Why is he saying this? I tried. Okay, and then I also spelled it wrong. A matrosul. I think I just spelled it. I did type that, but got this. Okay, so anyways, he's saying it. I'll do it. You can't send. I don't think you can send photos on that. So you can just go to snippet tool. 1 second to send us to here. I got this. Also, I misspelled the name. It's actually this one. Whoa. This 1T. Not 2. And here's her actual yeah, there's a hive there. Okay, so I need to change the live stream title. Because I misspelled her name. Negar says gravity also has a repelling part. Oh, that's what you mean, as a repelling part. Okay, and the question is, does he have, what does he have demonstrate? This, but again, it's also like, oh, this one, why did I put it there? Oh, this is live streams. is it in order like that? I'm gonna go. This is all out of sort. Date published. Newest. Okay, that's how I do it. Okay, let's do that. Keep it like that. Okay, that's better. And if you go to I think it's one of the earlier ones. No, I didn't. I never spelled it like that. Okay. Like, I don't know what the guy's talking about. Actually, yes, I don't know what's going on here. Actually, I did spell her name right. There's only one T. Yeah, so I don't know what's going on. Anyways, it's confusion. Okay, so anyways, we got the magnets. We have 21 minutes. We still have some stuff to cover. I'm gonna cover. I'll bookmark this Nagard guy. Did he have an interview with it? Let's go check the evidence. Nagard. Largest interviews. Charlie Rose interviews 9/11. Oh, report. Oh, he has his full one. That's a good one. EVO and spacesuits. Anonymous letter. Where is this? The Nagard? It's when they're talking about the article there. And I see articles by this article with Nagard 2017. Where does the article go? Okay, the article's gone. Nagard. Let's see if it searches up. Okay, this is diffuse. From Ben the junior report. He actually commented on my Rumble before. Diffuse core. And oh, they discussed this article. This article from Nature. He didn't write that. Jupiter's secret revealed by NASA probe. I think I already have. I'm gonna summarize this quickly. I think I already did this before. But I'll just to see the summary. Summarize, and I'm gonna post these for future. Then if this one here, open a new tab. I think I already did this before. See the AI bot will do that. Okay, anyways, not doing it. We'll keep it there. Okay, yeah, I'll keep. Is there an AI? It doesn't have the AI thing. Anyways, that'd be another day. So let me know what would become of gravity's interaction, positive and negative ions in the area from space. Yeah, but anyways, going back, this other one, again, 29,000 tons, again, to illustrate the why does a balloon not rise? Well, it's buoyancy, let's say. Why does a boat on water? It's like, why is the boat not going down? Okay, so like, well, so the thing is, there's air. Air is just a giant water. So why is this boat not going down? How come it's the water is being pulled down, but not this boat? It's just buoyancy. Balloon buoyancy. Here's another thing that you could do. Balloon goes backwards. No, it goes forward in the car. So if you put a balloon in a car, and then if you press the brakes, it doesn't go backwards, it goes forward. Okay, so it moves the wrong way. So here it is.
Earlier, remember that? So it's like this. Imagine this entire van is just like this jar, and all the air inside this van is just like the water in the jar. Does that make sense? So let's imagine that the balloon is this bubble on top, because
I'll do the bubble after, so let's play the video.
Right. So if we're going that way, which direction do you think this pendulum should go? What do you
Here, that's a pendulum with a heavy weight, so we'll go backwards.
think? 3, 2, 1, go.
Yes,
Which way is it going?
my way.
Yeah, so notice it accelerate. It gets pushed that way with its inertia.
Right. It's because I'm accelerating,
balloon's
right?
opposite.
Does that make sense to you guys?
Mark, did you talk about comets and meteorites? No, I haven't.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Very good.
But maybe for a future one. Maybe future one we'll talk about comets. But again, this stream is more about magnets today. I basically whatever the Wednesday I think is interesting. and also related to my free energy pursuits and anti-gravity.
I was hoping it would make sense. With a balloon, right that way, so we have the right. You guys ready?
Yes, sir.
3, 2, 1, go.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wait a second.
Yeah. So balloon, if you accelerate, the balloon goes forward because the air has more mass. It goes backwards. So it's pushing. It's literally the buoyancy. Now it's like, think of it the opposite way, where the boat is floating. This is you have the this one is floating relative because the motion of the particles going left.
What just happened?
Yeah, so it goes forward. So you don't know, why does it move the wrong way?
Okay, this is a helium balloon and it's sitting in my car and I'm stationary. Now I'm going to accelerate and then brake. Let's see what the helium balloon does.
Yeah, so accelerate goes forward, and then if you press a brake, it goes backwards.
Okay, when I accelerate, the helium balloon comes forward towards the front of the car. And when I brake, the helium balloon goes to the back window. And I can't work out why.
Okay. Comets are like magnets, they attract to the Earth. Interesting. Yeah, probably. It's just, again, it's just giant magnets, everything. Okay, so we got that. And now, what else was it in the magnet setup? Okay, now the one I'm gonna cover is, I'm gonna open this. This is actually from Ken Wheeler stuff. So Ken Wheeler, yeah, I think he's goes a bit overboard on some stuff, but nonetheless, he does have experiments. So again, here at MES, oh yeah, actually, I'll do some experiments. Here's the experiments. There's two things I want to show. Is the one on TikTok. So TikTok is the most. So here's the thing about polls.
But then, you know, you always get into difficulties when...
I'm gonna actually. So this is the one. The reason I went to TikTok is my highest viewed video is 161,000 views, and that was the Eric Lathan one, 161. Except Mystic Bazaar actually has like way more views that videos that she uses of mine, but she edits them and so on. So how do I go to her channel? Okay, so this one here, 157 is Judy Wood one. I think some other ones that I sent went next level. Okay, vanish and so on out. This is taking over the game. All right. Anyways, that is that. Okay, so this is. I'm gonna close some stuff. I'm gonna go to quickly. That's why I like the experiments. Okay, now I'm gonna go into the magnet setup. So here's the magnet ones. Again, this helps to understand when the world charges. So this is the one that was super viral on TikTok and super unviral on YouTube for some reason. So 1 hour, 1 minute 54 seconds. 372 views only.
But then, you know, you...
So basically, the whole idea is this: if you have like poles, they repel. So north north or south south repel. But if you put a piece of steel that's unmagnetized in between, they both attract to it. And then, but if you put two, now they repel. And then if you have an unmagnetized ball and magnetized steel, this one can pull it. So this is one I need to understand what in the world's going on here. How many comments in my video? This video has decent comments, like 10 comments, 9 comments, and 372. This is a pretty good video. But anyway, on TikTok it's 150,000 views.
You always get into difficulties when you try to...
How many on TikTok? Okay, let's go to the TikTok. And a lot of people did like it, so you can go to TikTok. 161,000, 131,
But then, you know, you...
131 creator videos. That's cool. Yeah. And so on. Yeah, so there's 131 comments, and so on. Okay, so that's that. Let's play this.
Explain the behavior of permanent magnets. Let me show you what I mean. I'm going to use 2 bar magnets, and first of all, I place them with like poles opposite. So, of course, they repel each other. If I put a bit of steel now on the pole of that magnet, I don't...
Okay, Mark Wheeler's going in his Starship. Have a good one.
Change the polarity of it by just doing that. If that was a north pole before, then the outside of the steel will still be a north pole, and so it should still repel the other magnet. Shouldn't it? Surprise, surprise.
Alright, so now this thing I want to check out the polarities, because if you put an unmagnetized steel, it all of a sudden ignores that this was the pole. So it's not pushing outside of its own footprint there. It's like just grabbing onto this thing for some reason. Okay, Tammy, I sent you some interesting Tiki Talks. Yeah, I saw the links there. Just again, especially these past weeks, I just haven't had too much time. But
In that condition,
and I need to do my experiment on the Adwood machine. I gotta get back on it. It took me a while to scrape off the the epoxy glue from the old ones. Anyways,
both magnets are pulling on the steel outwards. They're trying to split it in half. Let's give them the opportunity to do that by making it a double piece of steel. Now, when I release my fingers, will they in fact succeed in pulling it in half?
all right. So notice that also pulling in half. So if you had the same poles, he's assuming that it's pulling on these. But if you have now two plates, now it splits apart. Now you have this like poles there.
They do. Now, here's a situation, isn't it? In that condition, they just don't want to know each other. But with only a single piece of steel, both magnets are quite happy to attach themselves to it. I told you permanent magnets are going to be difficult, but believe me, there's worse to follow. Suppose I take an unmagnetized steel ball and an unmagnetized bit of steel. I'm going to put the steel ball on the magnet pole. As I approach it and touch it with the unmagnetized bit, I can always succeed in bringing the ball away with the unmagnetized piece. If I put a bit of cardboard in between magnet and ball to begin with, you can actually see the ball jump away from the magnet. Now, I'm going to suggest that an explanation of these phenomena using the pole concept would be very difficult indeed.
All right, yeah. So that's absolutely wild. So you can make a non-magnet attract
between magnet and
a non-magnet stronger than a magnet. Like what is going on here? Okay, so that's that one. I'm gonna play this one, and then I'm gonna go over some Kenny Wheeler stuff. In the middle, magnet doesn't attract or repel. In the middle, oh yeah, that is yeah, the middle is all over the place. No, except a lot of stuff moves to that area, anyways. So I'm gonna go play now here. Where's the one? This is the one I made. Someone actually re-uploaded this video on his own channel just because he liked it, and I again, people can upload anything they want on mine. As a kid, I wanted to be an operator of those industrial electromagnets in the scrapper. Yeah, definitely. And then 29,000 tons says, well, Mystic is killing it on TikTok. Yeah, definitely. If you go also, she's also on Mystic Bazaar is also on Hive, and now you can see how much money she's made. I'll post it right here, and now we go deeper dive. So again, my upvotes are worth a lot, so you go there and post, and you earn a lot of crypto. She made $1 on this one. Although this one some other people posted. Yeah, so there's another big whale upvoted their stuff for $1. And so let's see how much she has on her account. 25 cents already on Unreal. Oh, HBD. Okay, stake type. Okay, so now I'll tell her you can put this in the savings and earn 15%. All right, so that is next level stuff. Okay, this one here is I'll play some of this, or maybe for another one. This is just super weird. This is just super like I'm just trying to wrap my head around. Like I have no idea what's going on here. So unmagnetized steel on the left, magnets on the right.
On the left and magnets on the right. Magnetic ball.
And this was accidental. I was just playing with magnets. I was doing another experiment, and then all of a sudden this showed up, and I'm like, I have no idea what's going on. Play this.
Tends to roll to the center of the magnet.
So there's a magnetic ball. It will roll to the center.
Magnetic ball moves to the...
So it moves to the center, but if you pick it up, it goes to the edge. Like, what in the world's going on here?
Edge of the magnet when lifted.
Yeah, okay. So let's go to the edge. Let's see another one.
Unmagnetized steel ball tends to move to the edge of the magnet.
Okay, so unmagnetized steel goes to the edge. Magnet ball goes to the center, but you pick it up, they also go to the edge. See what happens here.
The steel ball can be placed in the center of the magnet, but it is not stable. The steel ball moves to the edge of the magnet when lifted.
Yeah, so when you lift it, it goes to the edge. So that's just bizarre. And again, this is why I think there's something rotating, and that's why it's on the edge. But then it goes to the center. Yeah, maybe it rolls to the center. But no, this one rolls to the edge. It's non-magnetized. So I don't know what non-magnetized go to magnet. So non-magnets go to the magnetic part stronger.
Large magnetic ball tends to roll to the center of the magnet.
Okay, so a large magnet goes to the center, but you also pick it up from the center. So I do think it's just either
Large magnetic ball moves to the center of the magnet even when lifted.
So this one doesn't go to the edge anymore. The small magnet does, not the big one.
Large unmagnetized steel bolt tends to move to the center of the magnet even when lifted.
Okay, so now the big ball, the magnet ball, and a big unmagnetized steel also goes to the center and also lifts from the center. So the size matters where it goes. Remember, the unmagnetized steel ball goes to the edge and lifts at the edge, but the unmagnetized bolt goes to the center and lifts to the center. All right, so now it's like, what's going on? So you can't just make a statement steel. So the geometry matters, and I'm assuming the mass too. Okay, so it goes to the center. Like, you play around with it, it's so fun.
Additional experiments.
So you experiment with a donut shaped magnet. Well, not in this one, but I have some donut ones. I'll maybe for later. But the thing is, the one I have is super strong. It's like, this one is super strong. I don't want to play with any other one that's super strong near it. But I'll do some more with that over there. Anyways.
Cylinder magnet tends to move to the center of the magnet in a vertical orientation. Cylinder magnet moves to the edge of the magnet when lifted.
Yeah, so notice that. So it goes to the center, but when you lift it up, it goes to the edge. Like that's the part where it's just a bit freaky.
Moves to the edge of the magnet when
So when you lift it, it goes to the edge. When you let it go, it goes to the center.
lifted.
Right.
Pushing the cylinder magnet away causes it to flip back vertically towards the center. When laying flat, the cylinder magnet wants to keep the opposite pole in the center and like pole on the edge.
Yeah, so notice that like pole goes to the edge, opposite pole goes to the center.
When laying flat, pushing the cylinder magnet past the center can make it launch away.
Yeah, and you also launch it too. Okay, so you see that launch because it kind of flips. Yeah, it is a PC
Small unmagnetized steel screw tends to move to the edge of the magnet.
Okay, it is unmagnetized steel screw. It goes to the edge. Let's see what happens.
When placed near the center, the small screw stands at an angle.
So it goes at an
The
angle.
small screw moves to the edge of the magnet when lifted.
So when you go to the edge, it lifts on the. So once you go to the edge, and you lift it, it goes at lifts of the edge as well. And also when you place it, it's at an angle. I'll show you the angle soon. So this one is, again, watch this and try to grasp.
Tiny unmagnetized steel screw tends to stand at an angle when placed near the center of the magnet. When lifted, the tiny screw also moves to the edge of the magnet.
So those different size magnets are doing the same thing.
The screw becomes more vertical as it gets closer to the center of the magnet.
Yeah, so notice, no, it changes the shape. It goes vertical and goes side.
Note the angle of the screw is away from the center of the magnet.
And then notice what a magnet does. It goes opposite.
A tiny magnet balances at an angle when near the edge of the larger magnet. The angle of the tiny magnet is towards the center.
So now it's opposite. No, okay, so a magnet does the opposite of an unmagnetized screw. So this one, when it's near, this one it wants to be vertical when it's near the center, but when it's over there, it's angled. But when it gets to the edge, this becomes flat. This one becomes an angle when it's on the edge. Is a magnet, is a non-magnet, and as it gets closer, it becomes flat. And notice the angles are pointing in opposite directions. This one's pointing away from the center. This one's pointing towards the center. And again, it looks like the same, but no, that's because the center's here. If you move this over here, it's going to flip over.
Tiny magnet is towards the center and flattens out as it approaches the center. The tiny magnet tends to move to and along the edge of the larger magnet.
Yeah, no, so it just wants to go around the edge. But a ball rolls to the center. Like a small one will go to the center, but then goes to the edge when you lift it. A big one goes to the center and lifts at the center.
The tiny screw and tiny magnet balance in opposite positions and angles. Tiny screw balances near center at an angle away from
Okay,
center.
this is pretty fascinating. So this one's opposite. This is non-magnet magnet. That's this is one key thing. I'm going on a limb and hypothesize, depending on the force of the magnetized wave to the non-magnetized wave, there will be sparks. Interesting.
Tiny magnet balances near edge at an angle toward center. Tiny screw flattens out when moved near edge.
Yeah, and I had to put
Tiny
this
magnet flattens out when moved near center.
in. Yeah. All right. So this is some fascinating stuff there. Definitely grasp that, younglings. Okay, I'm gonna refresh this. Okay, this was already summarized. Oh yeah, so I did summarize all of Andrew Johnson's videos, all this insightful conversation on Jupiter's mystery and the gravity model. In recent exchange, Frederick Nagard and a host delved into some cutting-edge theories surrounding the Juno spacecraft's finding by Jupiter and how these discoveries could reshape our understanding of gravity and planetary structure. Plus, implications of a low-density core, various future of gravitational theory. Okay, so he's saying that these discoveries were substantiated, but anyways, I'll read those for another day. I'll put those in the link there. But first of all, I'm gonna put this here. Okay, I'll do a summarize. Yeah, this one is just ridiculous. Like, it's so simple. Like just playing with the magnet, and it's like just wrap your head around like what in the world is going on. And I'm gonna send a link also. This one is right here. So here's the summary of that one. I'm gonna close this. And yeah, we're pretty much done. I was gonna go over maybe for another one. I'll cover. I'll cover. What's his name? Oh, bizarre. Okay. Okay, he sent this other message. Yeah. So for another day, I'll go over the. This was the uncovering archive. So this is the one I was gonna cover. Oh, that's a small one. I'm gonna go. So if you go here, Ken Wheeler, he's the guy. He's done a lot of magnet stuff. He has some pretty interesting Pythagorean mumbo jumbos. But also, for some reason, it has the at the end. It shows some. It shows this the satanic upside down thing, but it's like alchemy and so on. And I think it goes a bit overboard with the alchemy stuff. But nonetheless, he has some experiments that he's done that was quite fascinating. Ken Wheeler, where's the latest one? This is 2014. This one is 2024 14. Which one is that latest one? This one is 14. This one is 159,000 views. Secrets of magnetism. Yeah, definitely. I think he's onto something, but I think he's a bit. The ferrocell again, mainly because the ferrocell is not magnetic field. This ferrocell are just specular reflection. So you're saying this is not this? Well, this is just the flux lines. This is not magnetic field. This is just the specular reflection. Now that's what I mean. So the core of it is off, but he does have some interesting setups here, like this setup here. But again, you have to be careful. I just want to go to the experiments he has, and then maybe cover it for another day. I'm just gonna see what I have. I can't zoom in. Okay, there it is. Zoom in. Eric Dollard. Where's the experiments he did? This scanning electron microscope. North Pole. Ferrofluid. Yeah, basic ferrofluid. Rotation, ether rotation. Yeah, like these are the experiments. I once I see these images of magnets again, there's a lot of text. It's like there shouldn't be that much text. Counterspatial radial. Okay, so it's a bit everywhere. This is a moire, a dielectric. When you put them together, no, he has some very interesting ideas. You're okay. I should put out, but again, I just like experiments. What is this one here? It's creating processional mode and reversal. Okay, so anyways, I'm just doing it for one sec. He kind of goes all over the place. Okay, and this is pretty much his model. It's like ether rotating and circulating downward and so on. Okay, it keeps going. Another level. Okay, this one gets absorbed. 1 second. I just want to see images. Okay, this is one of them superconductors. Okay, I thought there was some good. Oh yeah, these are the ones that I want to test out. This gave me the idea. So basically, you put a magnet like this versus that, not do the magnets. Anyways, those are some of the ones I need to experiment with. Before self-folding, after they always want to just compress and so on. Just want to split up some stuff. Okay, this is splitting up. Okay, and then there's the experiments there. Okay, yeah, he goes through a whole lot of stuff there. Okay, there. Oh, now we're back to full circle. So you split up. It gets yeah, it splits up like this basically, and you split up. Oh, and then there it is exactly. Okay, there's the image. Regardless how many times you break it, it always gets to this. So and we've come full circle. I know about this image. I completely forgot about this, and we've come full circle. Unbelievable. That's called MES duality. For those who don't know my philosophy on life, that's not random. What are the odds we start off with this and end up with this? And I'll put a link. Okay, and then I think yeah. So basically, experiments is the key one, but also like you gotta ground your experiments in reality by not putting so much text. Okay, there's another one here. Separates, and like basically publish them again. This is his theory on it. Okay, this is a bismuth is pretty amazing. Like, how does it do that? This shapes the actual bismuth. Yeah, bismuth is making these next level shapes. That's just wild. I might do a stream on bismuth maybe. It makes like hypercubes and all this mumbo jumbo. 1 second. Yeah, he keeps going on. Yeah, so this is what I mean. This guy's on another level. You get some bismuth even at the fundamental scale or a small scale. Yeah, I'm just gonna keep going. Okay, this just keeps going. Holy, this non-stop. But this is the part. This is just specular reflection. This is why I do my experiments the way I do them, so that it's one at a time, and anyone can go and see and correct, and then we can move on gradually, as opposed to go hundreds of pages and then the fundamental one is wrong. Like, this is just specular reflection. It's not a dialectical plane. But these are some good experiments I want to. Basically, these just gives me ideas. Like, okay, where's the block wall? How does it look like? Depending on the size and shape, and so on. Yeah, this is what I mean. He's done some experiments, and then basically line it up with ether flow or tornadoes and so on, and Einstein work. But also how this again is just light. It's not actual magnets. And then there's some CRT computer screens and so on. But again, it's specular reflection. I don't know. That's just a reflection off the nanoparticles. Like, it's not actually, and it's an illusion. It's literally an illusion. Okay, keep going. Okay, this just keeps going. This is like OCD on steroids. Okay, let's go. All right, this next level. There's some other light in there. All right, this next level. Holy. And you got some drawings, and he also some good experiments with this magnet. It's just put a magnet and then freeze it. It makes a shape like that. But yeah, it could be just gravity. Anyways, and then he has some other 1/phi power -3 and all this. So listening to him it's hard to uncover what he's talking about. But this is we come full circle. All right, so we have come full circle. Let's go, folks. All right, guys. Anyways, that's all for today, guys. This business, I think the business is using these man-made UFOs. Yeah, definitely. I completely forgot about the stream. No worries, not a revisionist. I showed your that email at the beginning, and also yeah, since we're going back full circle, where did it go? Where did it go? It just disappeared. Oh, this one here. So yeah. So the Reputation Wrecking Ball Jim Fetzer. This is absolutely amazing, and I'll be making a mug, a mug of another Judy Wood quote, and also I'm gonna make a mug of Richard Gage quote. The it's gonna be the he doesn't want to show all the evidence that it can't explain. Observable evidence. So this one here. I'll play this quickly and I'll go. This is a crazy PDF. Yeah, PDF is next level. He has other ones that are also next level. So he has one here. If you go to this one, here's Pythagorean Plato. But also, if you listen to him on YouTube, he just goes, he talks nonstop about everything, but he repeats himself a lot of times. It's good to get some philosophical ideas, but again, it's a bit out there. It's a bit it's like anyways, I'll play this quickly. What is this one here? This guy's probably in an oven. But... over Maine. Okay, so I'm gonna go right here and search explain. Okay, transcript. Explain. Okay. Okay, this one here. I'll be making a mug, and a T-shirt, and or maybe a poster, but a T-shirt of this quote from Richard Gage. It'll be like quote by Richard Gage.
We present now there's solid evidence that we present. Now I'm not going to present every piece of evidence out there that I can't explain. Out there, piece of evidence. I'm not going to present every piece of evidence out there that I can't explain. Piece of evidence. Now, I'm not going to present every piece of evidence out there that I can't explain.
So he's not going to present every piece of evidence out there that I can't explain. So think about this. Think about there's a tornado, and then you see a penguin in your house. You can't explain it, but what are you going to do? Ignore it? So what is that? What is that photo? Which photo is that? Oh, this one here. Yeah, this one. Go back to this one here. Yeah, this one here. I came in like a wrecking ball. So this is the. I might post this as well. That's a Hugo guy doing a bunch of hit pieces on him. And so on. His face is so nasty. My goodness, how is he still alive? Okay. Anyways, that's all for today, guys. Thanks for joining, and yeah, I think I posted that earlier. Yeah, here it is. I came in like a wrecking ball. Jim Fetzer, I came in like a wrecking ball. He's a reputation wrecking ball. If you're associated with him, please like clean it up ASAP. Anyways, guys, thanks for joining. And have a great day. All right, and oh, we have another comment on what's it called? X. Well, I actually didn't know about these phenomena with magnets. Yeah, definitely. Actually, before we I just want to show you something. It was pretty interesting. So that experiment, it's an obscure one that I just randomly made because I wasn't even trying to do this, and I was just like playing around with stuff. I'm like, why is it going to the edge? I picked it up. I'm like, why is it going to the edge? And then if you go to my let's see the copyright. You go to copyright here. I think, well, how do I check copyright? Okay, there, go copyright here. So if you see people that were using my videos, so this, see the ones that were using my videos, let's go to match 100%. Oh, let's go to subscribers down. Okay, these people are posting my video. Actually, this is their video. They just think it's mine. Because this guy posted my full math video. I want to go to many 50. There was one that I just want to go to the magnets one. Someone posted the magnets. Okay, the Hutchison fact recovered video. Okay, Darren Adams posted. Okay, let's go. Okay, this one right here. So this channel, Comedy Tashan, he has 71 views, but he posted this one here. He posted my
on magnet
Comedy Tashan, and he just posted it a year ago. And he just says it's just pretty cool. And so and again, you can post it. You can monetize anything I make, and so on. Put a link if you can, just so we know it's for just so easy to get to the original. But it's pretty.
Magnetized steel on the left and magnet.
Yeah, anyways, so this guy posted this, yeah, and let's see how many videos he has. Yeah, this guy has literally 2 videos, one last year and one here, and yeah, but he really liked this video. So, and that video is eye-opening. It shows you like it's like very, very simple, but very, very like definitive, giving you a data point. So that's the whole idea. Get a bunch of data points, and then we can uncover when the world's going on here. Anyways, guys, that's epic stuff there, and thanks for joining, and yeah, have a great day. That's for sure. Okay, he's about 6 months older than us. That facelift. That's what he was calling this other guy, the guy who made those. Anyways, it's absolutely hilarious. All right. Anyways, guys, that is all for today. And there's Marjorie Taylor Greene. I mean, not Marjorie Taylor Greene. Erica Trump MG, and this MG with the SAIC motors. Anyways, guys, we can go on and on forever. I'm gonna go right here. Okay, thanks for joining. And have a great day, James. All right, epic stuff. Walter Russell has excellent information on magnets and their inner workings. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I forgot to include that as well. I'll include Walter Russell as well before, because he mentioned something about gyroscopes. I think he knew about gyros. He has some interesting stuff as well. But again, here at MES, please do an experiment, guys. Experiment is worth 1,000 words, not 1,000 things. Anyways, guys, that's all for today. I'm gonna end the stream now in 3, 2, 1. Ending stream. All right, adios, and then stop recording.